The Justice Department today subpoenaing Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Attorney General Keith Ellison, Mayor Jacob Frey, several other Democrats. Do you think this ends with somebody in jail?
If there was a crime committed, yes. And I can tell you from what we saw from the church, yes. There are few things that are seriously protected and that are surpassed by the First Amendment, and that is the right to pray in a church without disruption from some crazy person or some canceled CNN reporter whom has no credibility, and to come in and say, hey, I'm exercising my First Amendment right. Absolutely not. There's another problem, fraud from the Somalians, as we saw. We saw the mayor waving a Somali flag. He's a Somali sympathizer, in my opinion. And those are the types of things, fraud, crime, violation of people's rights against the FACE Act. Those are the types of things, Rob, that this Department of Justice and this administration just isn't going to tolerate. Yeah,
let me play you a soundbite from that. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison went on with Don Lemon after this fiasco at the church on Sunday, and he asked him about laws being broken, and the Attorney General didn't seem to think there was any issue. Take a look.
The protest is fundamental to American society. This country started in a protest, and it's freedom of expression. People have a right to lift up their voices and make their peace, and none of us are immune from the voice of the public.
Okay, so the DOJ is looking into this. I know that. It seems like, just looking at the videos, that multiple laws, including the FACE Act, were violated. Are you looking into people like Don Lemon and those protesters?
We're looking at everybody and anybody that violated the law, whether it be the FACE Act, whether it be any law, frankly, including Section 111, which is impeding ICE officers, which is happening for absolutely no good reason across the country. You saw today, if you saw the president's press conference, he stood up and showed you pictures of every single person that was arrested, their crimes, rapists, drug dealers, gangs, assaults. One individual had 24 prior arrests, and that is what we're doing. And I think there was a video that went viral of an ICE officer pulling down his window and saying to those protesters that day, "What are you guys protesting? We're just here to arrest a rapist and take him off of your streets to make Minneapolis safer for you."
Yeah.
It's so crazy what I'm seeing. And unfortunately, that AG, he doesn't know the law. And it's unfortunate that he's in that position because he's doing a disservice.
Okay, so none of this happens if Trump doesn't win. These anti-ICE protests have been happening in states all across the country, but to your point, Minnesota's getting all the attention. Axios reporting President Trump is not happy with the optics. Here's the quote. What he doesn't want is what people are seeing. He doesn't like the way it looks. It looks bad. He's expressed so, and there's a right way to do it, and this doesn't look like the right way to do what's happening. Is that story accurate? Is the president unhappy with the optics of these ICE raids?
I think you heard from the president himself today when he stood at the podium in the White House and said, I need you all to understand why we're doing what we're doing. And it's exactly what I just said. These people are rapists. They're criminals. And there's not enough attention on that because there's people like Don Lemon going into churches, which is so uncanny and ridiculous and against the law, to go in and disrupt people praying, that people are not understanding the fundamental importance of cleaning up the streets and what this administration is focused on. So I know the president is really proud, as you saw today, of the work. Today is our 1-year anniversary of this administration. He had a book with him at his press conference today showing everybody how many accomplishments there are. And I think that the fake news is being the fake news, Rob.
I haven't read all of it yet.
Is.
Yeah, there was a lot that he went through today, and a lot to talk about as we go into year number 2, which starts at midnight tonight. Alina Habba, great to see you again. Thank you.